Broadcasting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, you're listening to the Low Blow MMA Boxing Podcast.
Jorge Hernandez with the Low Blow here with an exclusive interview with the WBA regular super welterweight champion of the world, Austin No Doubt Trout. How you doing, Austin?
I'm doing great, actually.
Huge news that happened today. It was announced that you will be fighting Miguel Cotto December 1st, Madison Square Garden, New York, man. Tell us, how do you feel?
Well, I mean, like inside I've been doing backflips all day. It's definitely a dream come true and a great opportunity to get to where I need to be in this boxing game.
So tell us, how did the negotiations go down? Was it just your team being in contact with the Cotto camp? How did that go? Just fill us in a little bit.
Al Heyman made it happen. He put his magic to work and really made it happen. It was definitely a blessing how it lined up for me.
Now, did you know there were negotiations going on, or how long ago did you know that these talks were actually happening between the two camps?
I knew Alex had something in store. He kept telling me he's got something good for me. I didn't know to what extent or how big he had it. So I guess I knew he had something up his sleeve for a good few weeks.
So the name Miguel Cotto, did you hear it today for the first time then?
Yes, sir. It was a big shock to us all. But I tell you what, I'm ready. I'm ready, more ready than SpongeBob on his first day at work.
And how was that news passed on to you? Was it Al that called you?
Yeah, he told me.
Now, this fight is going to take place on HBO. This is the first time you'll be on HBO. So, in essence, you'll be living two dreams, wouldn't you? Fighting a superstar and then fighting on HBO.
Yeah, and fighting in the Garden. That's three. And
fighting in the Garden. Have you ever been to the Garden before?
Oh, yes, I did. I was actually there a year ago for a Cotto Margarito fight. And, by God's will, he puts me in there a year later, in the Garden.
Now, when you...
of course, this is all I'm saying, that it's never official until the contract's signed. So until I have that piece of paper in my hand, I'm just going to stay borderline ecstatic instead of, really losing my mind. I don't want to lose too much energy being ecstatic and then something happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm waiting for that contract, though.
Yeah. So when you were at the Cotto Margarito fight, did you envision yourself in that ring?
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely a visionary type of person, so all I could see was I was saying, all I said the whole time was, I can't wait till I'm in there. Like, I can't wait till I get there. But I'm about to go through the checkpoint.
All right.
I'm driving right now to Arizona, so I'm about to go through the checkpoint. Hold on.
Go ahead. Austin Trout's going through the Las Cruces border point there. We'll go ahead and wait for him.
Hello?
Hey, Austin, that was a little easier for you than it ever is for me to cross through there. Why do you think that is, Austin?
Well, I don't know, because they try to just tailors in the fashion speak. When it's me and the homies, we get questions, about 4 or 5 questions, not just U.S. citizens. But, hey, hopefully one day they'll start recognizing me. They're like, oh, yeah, Trout, go ahead.
Now, when it comes to being recognized, this is a huge fight, and it's going to put you on the national spotlight finally. You have fought in other countries. I believe 4 of your last 6 fights have been outside the United States, but now here you are. I believe it's the 3rd fight in a row that you're going to be fighting here in the United States. Tell us about the journey, man, finally to get this huge fight.
Okay. Well, it's like I say, it's all in God's time. Maybe he felt like I wasn't ready at that time, but I have no doubt that I'm more than capable of taking this task ahead of me, and to be able to do it in New York, where my family's out of, and in the Madison Square Garden arena where the Knicks play, which I'm a big fan of. It's just definitely a dream come true. A lot of hard work has been put into this, and so I know I'm not done putting in the hard work, but it's nice to see some fruit.
And you were born in the El Paso area and pretty much grew up there in Las Cruces, just about 30, 40 miles outside of that city. But your family's origins are from New York. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, no, my mother, she's from Brooklyn. My grandparents, born and lives in Brooklyn. She came out here from the Army, so that's how I got stuck here.
Now, you talk about the connection to New York. You're a Jets fan, man. What's up with your team only scoring 1 touchdown?
Yeah, preseason. It doesn't matter.
Now,
it's
a big fight coming up for you against Miguel Cotto. I've known you've worked extremely hard for this. So, is there any specifics that you can give us when you're signing the contract or anything else within it? I mean, maybe even who might be on the undercard, or has anything like that been thrown at you?
No, I don't know anything. And to be honest, all I'm worried about is that contract coming in and getting ready for this fight. This is my time, and I'm so excited it's going to be on this stage against, a superstar, respectable fighter like Cotto. But, he had his time, and now it's my time. And, shoot, big shout-out to Cotto for taking the fight. Jeez.
Do you think the belt had a lot to do with it? He's had a strong connection with the WBA before.
I mean, it must have. If I didn't have the belt, I'm sure I wouldn't have got the fight.
Now, when it came down to that, was there when Al Heyman was discussing that, did he mention maybe a current world champion or former world champion that you would be facing by any chance?
Well, I heard it from Greg first, my promoter, Greg Cohen.
Sure.
And he texted me, how does Cotto, Trout fan? And that's when I first was like, I didn't believe it. And then, I talked to him briefly. He told me, that it's done. And then I talked to Al shortly afterwards, and that's when I knew it was just a wrap. Right? He didn't give me much details of it. The date, the venue, and the opponent is all I need.
What was the first word to come out of your mouth when it was announced or when you were told, man?
Get out of here. With a couple of weeks in there.
You didn't believe it yourself? I mean,
I didn't believe it.
Why were you so shocked?
Because, there's a lot of talks. We've had a lot of talks before. Never had something been so tangible.
Mm-hmm. So when you saw it on his Twitter feed, what did you think?
That's when it was like, yeah. That's when I thought this is it, man. This is time for it.
Yeah. You did let us know that you were going off to Phoenix. What do you have planned out there? Just a good Labor Day weekend?
Yeah, I'm taking my family out there.
All right. Well, be safe, man. God bless you and your family there on your trip. And, the hard work is definitely now paying off. December 1st, HBO, Madison Square Garden, Austin No Doubt Trout versus Miguel Cotto for the WBA Super Welterweight Championship. How does that sound, Austin?
That sounds great. Sounds like a date I'll be early yet.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, man. We hope to visit you here within the next couple of months down in Las Cruces. So the Southwest Fight News and Low Blow crew will be down there, man.
All right, man. Later.
All right, have a safe trip.